Welcome to Aviatife, a free career add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator. In this video, we will go through renting or buying an aircraft, upkeep, and getting a job with our newly rented aircraft. My name is Open Darkwing, and let's get started. Okay, so we're back here at the dashboard. The process of renting and buying is done in the Fleet tab. Once you get here, you can see your fleet of aircraft that you have in the company. Right now, we don't have any, and our hangar is pretty empty. So let's go over here and click on the Buy/Rent Aircraft tab. This will bring up a list of all of the aircraft that is available to buy and rent in Aviatife. Scrolling down, we have ones that come with the game. We have ones that are third party that you can either purchase or download later. Alongside here, we have payload weights of the aircraft, how much cargo space there is. There's two numbers here. One is with seats and one is without. We'll cover that in a little bit. How many seats or passengers it can hold, the type of aircraft, and the catalog price. If we click over here at specification, it will bring us up and we can see now cruising speeds, maximum altitude of the aircraft, and the range. The catalog price is what the price of the aircraft is brand new. For now, we're going to go ahead and scroll down and we're going to rent ourselves a Cessna 152. It's a basic light aircraft. It's $65,000 list price, but that's okay because we just want to rent it. So we click the Buy Rent button. From here, we have three options we can choose from. We can either buy a shiny new aircraft, we can buy a used aircraft, or we can rent it. When buying an aircraft, you have to have 30% of the asking price of the aircraft in your account in order to qualify for financing. We don't have that at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and skip over the shiny new or the used aircraft, and we're going to go look at renting it. Now we're here to rent the Cessna 152. There are a couple of things that we need to note here. Up in the top here, it kind of tells us some of this stuff, but we'll go over it real fast without just having to read it. There is two charges when it comes to, well, there's more than two, but there's two that we'll talk about here and another one we'll cover in the next in a next area. But there's a renting bond. This is the amount that we have to pay up front, and it is returnable when we return the aircraft. We will get this renting bond back. It also charges per flight hour. So as we're in the air and we're flying, it calculates up based on the flight hour. These numbers, as you can see, there's two different ones here, are based on the condition of the aircraft. We can see here the fuselage conditions at 85%, has 1,000 flight hours. The engines are a little bit more worn down at 60%, so this one is cheaper than the next one down. As we can see, it only has 435 hours. Slightly worse fuselage condition, but much better engine conditions. And that one runs us $234 renting bond with a $26 per hour. We're going to go ahead and take this first one. When you do not have any aircraft in your fleet, that aircraft will automatically be transferred to the location, your airport location you are currently at. Otherwise, you would have to travel to that location to go pick it up. So if we're going to go ahead and rent this aircraft, congratulations, we have rented an aircraft. We can head over to our fleet and we can see our shiny used Cessna 152. Now if we click on the details, we can see some details about it. Where it's at on the map, how many hours to our next inspection, annual inspections, the costs associated, and the conditions. There is upkeep for all of your aircraft in here. We can buy this aircraft at $44,000 if we wanted to. We are responsible for service of the aircraft while we are renting it. If it gets down too low, we might have to repair it, but there's performing inspections, annuals, overhauling the engine, renovating the aircraft. When you've purchased an aircraft, you can change your seat setup where you can pull out a seat and gain more cargo space, or you can transfer it to an air ambulance. This will open up the air ambulance job types. We will cover that in a future video. So now we have our shiny rented aircraft. We now go to our jobs tab, and we will see that it has changed a little bit. Not only are the jobs worth more money now, but we can select the aircraft that we want to use. It will pick the jobs and select them out for that aircraft. We also notice that we have some new tags that have popped up in red. We have the exclusive tab, which means they're in a hurry and you cannot load any other cargo or board additional passengers. We have an express delivery, which they want it fast, so there's no time to load any other cargo or board additional passengers. The reason why I bring those up is because now that we are renting an aircraft, if there are jobs that go to multiple jobs that go to the same airport, you can stack those jobs on top of each other. Let's see if we can find some here. There does not seem to be any here right now, but you can, that's how you can do. You can also do VIPs, which you cannot load any other cargo or board additional passengers. You see a theme here for this. So we'll go back to our local, and we'll go ahead and take this express delivery. It pays out $1,300. It is 73 nautical miles away, but we're going to Williams County, so we're going to go ahead and take that one. Now we can fly. Last time when we did this, it took us directly to the page, but now we have to choose what aircraft we're going to use. So we're now in our fleet. We see our Cessna 152 at Wabash. We will pick that. Now we need to choose the airport where we are taking all of this all this stuff. So we see there's a landing fee of $8. We are a light aircraft, so it costs us $8 to land there. So we choose that. Now we are at this thing. Instead of having the passenger already loaded on board, we have to manually scroll up and load our cargo or passengers into the aircraft. Everything else here is the same except for down here at the end. You must carry insurance when renting, and it's a good idea to carry insurance when you've purchased an airplane. The insurance package, which is valid for 24 hours, which means you only need to select this once every 24 hours, it will cover the compensation for the cost of the airplane, as well as the additional package will cover the cost of the renting bond returned to you, as well as the fees to transport that aircraft back to its original place. If you end a rental and you are not at the airport where you rented from, you will incur a fee to transport that aircraft back to that airport, as well as any fuel that is below that 50% to get our fuel back to half that we rented the aircraft with. Once again, the insurance for both buying and renting aircraft is once every 24 hours. There will be, once you have done this, there will be a thing here telling you how much longer that insurance is good for. If the insurance runs out throughout your flight and you end up crashing, that insurance will not be repaid. You need to make sure that you add an extra 24 hours to it before you start that flight if that insurance policy will not cover your flight. From here, you will go ahead and run the job the exact same way we did last time. The only difference is that you will incur the payments out of your flight hours while flying it, as well as the insurance and all of that. To end your rental when you are completely done, you would go back to the fleet page, back to your fleet, back to the airplane that you were at, hit details, and end rent. Once you end the rent has been ended, and as we can see, if we go over to our finances, we have gotten our renting bond returned to us of $207. The only thing that we did not get back was the parking fee that we incurred at $4.50 for our parking at KIWH. I hope this helps in renting and purchasing aircraft. Until next time, have a great day, and we will see you in the next video.